Hey guys, Liz here, and today I want to talk to you about the cyclical link between mental health and financial distress, financial worry. Did you guys know that 1 in 5 adults suffer from mental health and 5.8% of those adults are unemployed? There really is a big, strong link between financial worry and mental health, and today I want to give you 6 examples of how that cyclical link exists. Those who suffer from mental health can sometimes experience feelings of decreased energy level. And unfortunately, this can make them feel lazy or less motivated, extremely tired, and therefore hard to take action, get things done, let alone stay on top of their money and their finances. The second link between mental health and finances exists when someone may feel like their life is out of their control. Their thoughts, their moods, their actions, and when you feel that way, when you feel like nothing is in your control, that there's no future benefit, that there's no hope, that the grass on the other side is just as dry as it is on this side, then you might feel like your finances are looped in with that too. What is the point of saving? What is the point of budgeting? What is the point of putting money aside for my retirement when my future just doesn't look bright? The third link that exists is rash decision making. And this is something that I honestly believe a lot of people struggle with, whether or not you suffer from mental health. And this happens when you're having a bad day, when things just aren't going your way, when you have negative thoughts, and you're looking for immediate but also temporary relief. And that's where impulse purchases comes into play. This is where retail therapy gets its name from. And while yes, you have that short-term relief, you're also putting yourself in long-term financial distress or financial trouble. And that's something that everyone needs to keep in mind. The fourth link is thinking clearly. When you don't know what day it is, what things you need from the grocery store, it's really hard to be financially organized, to have that budget in place, to know your spending habits and to plan accordingly. And that leads us right into the fifth link that we have, which is avoiding your problems. The more you push things away, the more you're unorganized and you're not aware of your financial situation, the more bills pile up, the later you become on your credit card payments, the less likely and motivated you are to pick up that phone, call your credit card company, and sort out your late payments. And that, of course, gets worse and worse as you let things go on, and is unfortunately something that occurs often with people who struggle from mental health. The last one I want to talk about is taking off from work. Everyone now and then needs a sick day, needs a day for themselves, needs a day to refocus and reorganize. But when you're taking off work without paid leave for an extensive amount of time, you need to be aware that your income is going to be different. And that means reallocating your budget and figuring out if there are things in your life that you now need to cut out because you don't have the income or the room to splurge on those things. And a change in lifestyle can be really hard and it can make things significantly worse. And with all the other links that I mentioned before, you can see how one thing snowballs into another and affects another. And that is exactly what creates this cyclical link between someone who unfortunately struggles with mental health and financial distress and financial worry. So if you or someone you love suffers from mental health, or even if you find yourself having days where you just feel like you're in a funk and therefore, you find yourselves in one of these categories, please reach out to a helpline. Please reach out. There are people who want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. Drop anything in this comment list. Feel free to DM, and thank you so much for listening.